sense, the cause of saving the rainforest is a cause for the whole of the people of Brazil. Not only that, it's the cause of the people of the whole of the world. If the rainforest dies, then my country is in danger. And all the people of Europe, of North America, we are in as much trouble as the Kayapo or the other Indians of the Amazon. The beginning of the Rainforest Foundation actually was quite simple. I visited the Brazilian rainforest and was asked by one of the chiefs if I would help him demarcate his land legally. Because they had all kinds of invasions by loggers and miners and farmers who were destroying the forest. Yeah, I'll try. I mean, I had no idea how it was going to be accomplished. But, you know, 5, 6 years later, we worked out a strategy where we actually succeeded, and everyone said, no, it's impossible, you can't ever do that. Basically, my contribution to the Rainforest Foundation since we founded it has been to provide funds for it to carry on year by year. And we have an annual event, one annual event at Carnegie Hall, which I invite my friends to play at. It's very easy to get artists to come and do it, and everybody loves it. People keep coming back and begging to do the show, which is nice for a benefit, very unusual.
If I was a sculptor, but then again, no.
It's important for people's attention to be brought to this. It's something that I really think is a really good thing, a cause to participate in.
You don't mind, I hope you don't mind that I put down words. How wonderful life is when you're in the world.
The whole thing about the human race is if we can't care about something and we can't be self-centered in our lives, this is important.
I'm Bob Kane. Coming up on the International Hour, we'll examine new ecological reports on tropical rainforests.
Thousands of acres of rainforest are destroyed worldwide every day.
The Amazon
for crops and cattle
the tragedy is that they won't be replaced because what these trees once grew is fast becoming a desert. 70% of prescription drugs sold in the U.S. come from plants found only in a rainforest environment.
Scientists express continued concern about the potential devastating effects of rainforest burning.
You have to be careful. You have to open your eyes and open your mouth to explain to white men. White man is bad for us. The white people steal our lands. We have had to see a lot of murders, and we want them to stop.
We've done a benefit for, I think, 6 years now. People feel that they're doing something very special by being in Carnegie Hall. The producer of the show is Trudy Styler, who also happens to be my wife.
What brings us together is conviction. A deep down conviction about what we should be doing to save our planet, its rainforest, and people.
Some of the benefit tickets are $1,000. They're $1,200 this year. So we really, the onus is on us all to put on something that really is spectacular. Although we've had many offers to have this event televised. It's something that I've always shied away from. I think when people are being that gracious and generous, you know, it's really important that you give them something completely unique and let them sit and watch the show in comfort and not have, you know, television cables and cameras all over the place.
Oh, first kiss ever I took, like a page from a romance book. The sky opened and the earth shook, down on copper line, down on copper line.
The pressures on the environment and on the earth are so relentless. The economic pressures to exploit the environment are so constant that sometimes it's daunting to try to be doing this kind of work or concerned about it. But it's more discouraging if you do nothing, you know. Regardless of whether or not it's getting a lot of public attention, it's important to sort of to keep working on it.
I haven't written a song about the rainforest or about the Indians or... I'll tell you why. One, it's too complex. It's too complex an issue to try and condense into a couple of lines. Also, I feel because of its complexity, it needs to be talked about, it needs to be argued about, it needs to be discussed. And I've no interest in combining those two worlds. I don't want to exploit this. I don't want to make a record about this. I really have no intention of doing that. But I will use my fame, if you like, to create a platform for these ideas to be discussed. And I can take the criticism, I don't mind the criticism, but I think it's important that people talk about it. If you do a concert and people go away with just go away with a T-shirt, you haven't really achieved very much. I think you have to create an environment where people are talking and thinking about the problem and not just singing a song. That's not to say that music isn't important. It's just not my interest at the moment to sing about that.
Every single day, and every word you say, every game you play, every night you stay, I'll be watching you.
I think everyone's bonded and joined by the same feeling that we're not really doing this for ourselves. We're certainly not doing it for any money. Really, we're doing this for the cause. And the cause is something that affects us all.
Since you're gone, I'll be lost without a trace. I dream at night, I can only see your face. I look around, but it's you I can't replace. I feel so cold and I long for your embrace. I keep crying, baby, baby, please.
They are some of the best talents in the world, and a lot of them have families and feel the same as Sting and myself, that, you know, it's time that we drew a lot of awareness.
Hey, James Taylor, can I play this guitar for this tune? Do you mind? I won't touch anything. I won't touch the strings or anything.
Well, I put my job down at the car wash and left my mama a goodbye note. By sundown, I left Kingston with my guitar under my coat.
My wife, Trudy Styler, she had this idea that we should do a tribute to Elvis. And at first, I didn't like this idea at all.
And we came up with this concept, It's Now or Never, which was one of Elvis's tunes. But it also has great significance to what we must all do, I think, to help the rainforest survive. It's now or it's never, really.
Got a little time to kill. The fine crowd of people on a hill's dance floor, taking the finest little five-piece group up and down the Gulf of Mexico. But guess who's leading that five-piece band? Who do you know but that swinging little guitar man?
The more I got to think about it, there's quite a body of work. It's actually, it's rarely done, actually. So we all did Elvis songs, or songs from that period.
You know I can be bound sitting home all alone. If you can't come around, at least please telephone, don't be cruel to a heart that's true.
See, people are paying like way beyond Eagles prices to see Elvis impersonators.
To give you some idea.
Without even the suits.
Elvis impersonators. Not even Elvis impersonators.
Without even the
second, third generation impersonators.
Told them to rent the suits.
Elvis loved the rainforest.
One more time. My one and only prayer is that someday you'll care. My hopes, my dreams come true. My one and only you.
The music is a universal language, regardless of where you're from, what your background is. I think that the 90s, the whole decade, has become a we era, and people are, I've noticed a great change in people's attitudes and helping other people and getting more involved in charity work. A lot of people that are on this roster are lending their names to a lot of different charities that are affecting the lives of thousands of people, you know, in their immediate reach, and maybe hundreds of thousands of people on a broader scale.
I am thinking about so many things that my hair is turning white. Now the Kayapo must think about what will happen if the whites take our land. Will we become extinct? We must raise our heads up to fight against them. This is why we're united.
There's inevitably opposition whenever you try to make change. We've always been the enemy of the Brazilian government for interfering. You know, on the outside, I think that we've run into criticism from the press, especially in England, who say, you know, well, Sting should just get on and be a rock singer. But it doesn't deter him or us with our cause. It's too important.
Will you stay with me? Will you be my love among the fields of barley? We'll forget the sun in this jealous sky as we lie in fields of gold.
Sting was already 10 years ago concerned about the fate of the society. When I met Sting, I met him not because he was a star, and I don't know Sting as a star. I know Sting as a wonderful human being concerned about social issues. At that time, he was helping us in Amnesty International. He already was an active member of Amnesty International, which meant every day writing a letter for a prisoner. I mean, a guy who takes the time to do that. It's something really important.
Franca Schutter was the chair of Amnesty International. She is a lawyer by profession, has saved many people from death penalties and prison sentences throughout the world, mainly Africa. She's a modern-day hero in my book.
When you fight for the fate of the rainforest in Brazil or the rainforest in Indonesia, it doesn't mean that you're not concerned about the issues in your own country. You know, it's in a sense, the world is global. And when you fight for those issues there, you also fight for your own issues at home. In a sense, they are very much linked.
The Carnegie Hall concert is now in its 6th year. We did a wonderful concert last year when I called it an eclectic night out, and we had Whitney Houston, Tammy Wynette, Pavarotti, and we ended up in the finale of having Luciano leading everybody in singing Donna Immobile.
James Taylor, he loves to come back, and Elton too, when he can. Don Henley worked for us. Paul Simon has done it twice. Who else? Herbie Hancock did it 1 year. Basically, it's people I know, you know, and just call them up and say, look, do me a favor and come and have fun.
I think a very fond memory for me was when Tina Turner came along. I've never seen a Carnegie Hall audience so animated when she came on stage with all the boys who, you know, who were doing the concerts.
They just keep coming back. I think they enjoy the experience, you know. It's a very sort of easygoing event. You turn up the day before, you sing a song you like.
It seems a shame when the English claim they are the beggar that eyes for such hilarity and mirth. Mad dogs and Englishmen go out and be Dixon.
I've had the best time every year, and everybody else has. So we're doing it for fun, but you know, also for a serious reason, that we're supporting the work to help the indigenous people of the Brazilian rainforest. The money goes to funding educational programs, health programs, to try and help these people to come to terms with the 20th century, or so-called progress, you know. Progress usually for them means they just get swept over by a tidal wave of stuff they can't deal with.
I was born in a country, in a trouble spot, Uganda. And I feel that as a musician, if I can contribute anything through my music, you know, I will. There's no use saying that we are moving forward in the name of progress, and then forgetting about what feeds us, what surrounds us. We need to preserve.
We managed to support Kayapo Chief Brownie with his wish to demarcate this particular area of land that began our work. This was done last year.
We demarcated his land, not only legally, but also physically, in that we traced the border with satellite beacons, so we can monitor invasions into the land. And it's been so successful that it's now being used as a model for further demarcation of land within the Amazon and within rainforest generally. So it's been very successful. I mean, the battle isn't over. Once you've demarcated, you still have the problem of, you know, solving other problems. But it's been tough, but very worthwhile.
We have many ongoing projects in Brazil which will keep us very busy for the next 5 years. We also think that we should start to expand doing pilot projects in other countries, and we're looking at Guyana as our first venture out of Brazil at the moment.
The rainforest is still burning, it's still being destroyed, and there are plans to build roads through it, but we keep trying to slow progress down so that these people can be accommodated with the help of my friends.
A lovely day to do it, and that's true. But if you got something that must be done, and it can only be done by one, there is nothing more to say. Except it's a lovely day for a sin. It's a lovely day.